Hello again, race fans, and welcome to Victory Lane with Christian Potts. Well, it was only 5 races ago on the schedule, that is, that Helio Castroneves was in Victory Lane on the IndyCar Series, the next to last race of last season. But boy, has he been through a lot since then. The IRS coming after Castroneves shortly after the season on tax evasion charges. He had spent the first few months of 2009 either in a lawyer's office or a courtroom. In fact, it was less than 6 weeks ago he didn't know whether he'd spend the next couple of years wearing a fireproof driver's suit or wearing a prison-issued uniform. Well, it worked out. He was acquitted of the charges, got back in the car, and his comeback really hit its best point this past weekend as he won the series' biggest race, the Indianapolis 500. It's been quite a whirlwind for Castroneves.
My life back, and I'm here today because of those guys, and obviously fans. You guys don't understand. You guys kept me strong. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have a fans like you. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate now. Yeah, baby. Woo! Woo!
As big a rock star as Helio already was in the IndyCar Series, he became even bigger back in the winter of 2007 when he became a pop culture icon, becoming one of the winners on the ABC show Dancing with the Stars. He's now one of 9 drivers to have won 3 times at Indy. However, only 3 drivers, A.J. Foyt, Rick Mears, and Al Unser, have won the race 4 times. Helio's got quite a few good years left in him. He could be the guy to get that elusive 5th victory at the Brickyard.
Now I'm having a hard time just relaxing and just enjoying the moment, and I know I will. And that's one of the last things that Tony Stewart told me on the phone as I walked in here. He's like, enjoy them because they're hard to come by. And you're talking to a guy who's won a lot of races, and he knows how hard they are to come by. So it's an honor to be on that list with some of those guys. It's very talented guys, and man, it's just this is probably one of the greatest days of my life, with the exception of the birth of my daughter. This is pretty cool.
Shifting gears now to the world of NASCAR, you just saw David Reutimann, the guy who won the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend. A lot of people may not have heard of David, but if you've been watching this show, you've heard his name a number of times this year. It's been a very solid season for the Michael Waltrip Racing driver. He's been in the top 10 in points much of the way, a lot of solid runs, but had not been able to close the deal until this weekend. He got a big assist from Mother Nature. Of course, the Coca-Cola 600 supposed to run on the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, follow the Indy race, give fans just a binge of racing. Well, Mother Nature pushed it back, rains and storms causing the race to be run Monday afternoon. There were several rain delays and caution flags due to weather even then. And it was one of those that turned out to be what helped Reutimann to the victory. The last caution of the day, as rains came back, he and his crew chief decided, you know what? Let's stay out on the track when everyone else pits. Maybe they'll stop the race, and maybe they'll just end the race. And after a couple hours of standing in the rain, Reutimann was the last man standing as he wound up with his first career victory. The move also helped some other drivers. Robbie Gordon wound up with his best finish in a long time on the series. He had the same idea Reutimann did. Let's stay out there. He moved up from the middle of the pack all the way to 3rd place, a much-needed finish for his team.
Part of it was watching the computer screen. You know, we were sitting there 20th or 21st, and sat there and watched it. And it's like, okay, well, if we pit, we're gonna come back out 21st or something like that. If we stay out, we got an opportunity to finish in the top 5, and didn't know how many people were gonna stay out. And obviously Ryan's crew was on their game, and so was Reutimann on theirs. But you know, we were probably a 15th place car. Ran with Kyle for a long time on that one long run. You know, when you start back in the back, it's just hard to pass. And we worked our way. Like I said, I think we got up to 18th at one point, and we were running 20th when that caution came.
Well, NASCAR seems to be cursed by the weather this year in its biggest races. The Daytona 500 was cut short due to rain. This weekend's Coca-Cola 600 came a couple hundred miles short also due to rain. That after the race was actually held an entire day late due to bad weather. But one of the coolest moments of the season took place just about 3 p.m. NASCAR throwing a caution flag, not because of a wreck, not because of an incident, but to observe a moment of silence on Memorial Day for all those guys who have given their lives so that the fans in Charlotte, the drivers and race teams could be there. All the cars lined up on the front stretch, all the teams lined up along pit lane. It was a really nice moment for everyone to see. I have to face the music before we go. I did guarantee a Danica Patrick victory last week. She, in fact, did have her best career run at Indy, finishing third behind Helio and Dan Wheldon. But it wasn't a win, so okay, you got me this time. That's all for our show. Hopefully we'll have some more wild predictions in the future that I'll mess up on again. Till then, we'll see you next time in Victory Lane with Christian Potts.